right, well, I just wanted to welcome you guys all. Thank you for coming out here, and thank you for finding parking. We realized last minute there was a lot of people and not enough visitor parking in the front, so thank you for finding that and joining us today. We're really excited to have you all. So this program, we're really excited to have you all here, and I thought I would go into a little bit how the program got started. So the way this started, a lot of people asked us why in the world we're doing this, especially when we have people from all these different firms coming in together to go through this program. And I thought it'd be fun to kind of explain the trajectory of most people that are entering in commercial real estate start in one way, and that's through mentorship. And we're big believers in mentorship. We believe that's still the most important way that you can possibly learn commercial real estate, one-on-one with someone else who knows it. However, that makes it really hard for certain people to enter in if they don't have the right person in place. And it makes it really hard because not all mentors have the time and capacity to train the amount of people that we need to enter into this industry right now. So with that in mind, in our own office, we started documenting everything we were working on and everything we were doing. In order to alleviate the burdens of people in our office like Zach Parra that we're mentoring, we needed to be able to have a program to be able to allow them to show someone how to draft an LOI, how to put together a purchase and sale agreement, how to prepare for a first client meeting, and all of this information that normally a mentor would have to walk them through, we figured we could automate a little bit. So that was really just for our office, and we were doing that, and we had been building that for a little while. Then cue COVID, right? And we noticed on LinkedIn, a lot of students were saying they were losing their internships. And these were students that really needed to be able to graduate and needed that last credit, and they weren't going to be able to graduate on time. So as a spur of the moment, we typed, hey, if anyone's losing their internship and needs to graduate, we're going to open up our own internal program to you. And we're going to make it available to you, and we'll sign off on the credit hours that you need. And we thought maybe we'd get 5 or 6 students. Well, the response was overwhelming, and we immediately filled 2 classes that we had to run back to back. This was all while the team was homeschooling and working from home, and we did it all remotely. And we realized there's a huge need in this industry, and it goes beyond our own office. So from that, we decided to do it again the next year. And the next year, it really became less about foresight and became more of a community involvement. At that point, several different brokerage firms were putting their people through it. And so this year, we decided we wanted to continue to grow it. And it was a big burden for a small company like ours to be able to continue to expand the program and design it the way we wanted to. So we reached out to sponsors and people who had hired from the program in the past. And they did that. So we want to thank the sponsors that we have right now. And we just want to give them a shout out. We're going to give them a moment to address you guys in a little bit as well. But thank you guys for believing in us. I know it's a big deal to be able to invest into a program that hasn't been established and to put a leap of faith and put your trust that it's going to be worth your investment. And we appreciate that. So a little bit about, I thought I'd give you guys an idea about how our company got started, because I think it gives you a background into why the training program is the way it is. That's important, not because you guys are going to come work with us. I know a lot of you are at different brokerage firms. We actually have 9 different brokerage firms represented in this group, 6 different universities, and several people that are professionals already established in their careers. So this really isn't about us, but we wanted to be able to give you guys a little insight into how the company started, because you're going to see and understand that a little bit and need to understand that when you're going through the curriculum. It'll give you a little bit of background. So the company got started, Chad and I founded the company in 2014. We were both working together in investment sales at Marcus & Millichap doing sales. And during that time, there was a need for leasing and management companies. We were referring business out constantly, and a lot of our clients were saying, we still need a solution and this isn't it for us. And so we decided to start our own management and leasing company. And that's originally how it started. And we would refer business back and forth to each other, since our firm didn't do that. But as the company grew, it made sense to become a full-service brokerage firm. So with that in mind, we really were started as an investment sales firm, even though we were doing leasing and management, because that mentality of the valuation of a building and how to improve the value of a building was the basis and the foundation for everything that we were working on. So keep that in mind as you're going through the training program. The end value and knowing how to optimize the value of an investment is something we keep in mind in everything we do, whether it's managing a building, leasing a building, or even selling it. So one of the key components to this program is to take you guys out of the curriculum portion of it and to put this into work. And so practically applying it and being able to give you guys a better understanding of why you're learning what you're learning is a really key component to the program. So there's actually 5 pieces to this puzzle, and I'm going to walk through them real quick so you guys have an understanding of how it works. So the first one being the curriculum. You guys have already received an email from commercialresources.com. That's our website that we use for training, and it's our own system that we have in our own curriculum, and that will be where you're going to receive all of your assignments, all of the text, all of the quizzes, all of the videos that you guys are going to be watching. It's in there. The second one is weekly research projects. You'll also be able to get those through through commercialresources.com, and you're going to be able to look and be assigned certain topics like, what is the CMBS crisis? Explain it to a client. And you're going to need to put it into your own words to be able to understand what that certain event was and how do you articulate it back to a client. The deal meetings are our own internal deal meetings. These are the ones that we do on Tuesdays for our own team. It's all hands on deck, property management, leasing, investment sales. We all give updates as to what we're all doing. And we think that it's really great if you guys are able to join us for those remotely, dial in, because we think you're going to be able to learn a lot of vocabulary that way and be able to hear about deals and have a better understanding of what's actually happening in the real world, in the real market. So we encourage you guys to dial in and attend those. The login instructions are also on the website. And listen in. Anytime you hear a term or something that you don't understand, write it down and then visit with Alex and myself later, and we'll discuss it as a group. The fourth component is discussions and lectures. So Mondays and Thursdays, this is the first one. We're going to keep this one short so that you guys can get to know everybody. But Mondays and Thursdays are the actual class time. We design them during the lunch hour because we know a lot of y'all are working full time. So this is designed to be able to come in, come out real quickly, get to know them. And in the past, it used to be Chad and I that we would teach these classes. And there's a lot more people out there that are far more qualified than ourselves that we want you guys to be able to learn from. So I'm excited to introduce those people soon. The fifth component is real-world assignments. Those are us having you guys actually go out, abstract leases, do a rent survey, understand a submarket report, and the end result is to build upon it and create a cash flow or a simple income statement and put together a offering memorandum for a property and value it, and to be able to defend that value, as you'll learn is an important component of commercial real estate, to have a good understanding of the risks involved. And then the last one is mentorship and networking. So those are a really big key to why we think what is important in being able to get established in this industry. And so we're very grateful this year to welcome some amazing mentors. And we want you guys to be able to expand your network because it's a very important part of your careers. All right, so check your email. There's a few things that you guys have probably already gotten invites for. The first one being commercialresources.com. This is the portal where all the classes and tests are released. There's a total of 20 modules in there. And then Slack is something that we use internally in our own office, and we created a channel for all of you to be able to communicate. And then for the mentors that are able to and the instructors that are able to, we'd like them to join as well so that we can continue the dialogue outside of the classroom. So add those things to your calendar, the Mondays and Thursdays classes, as well as the Tuesday deal meetings. These are a few of the courses that are going to be covered. You guys might already be familiar with some of them. But we've given you a list, and they are also in the pamphlets that we gave you guys with what we're going to be discussing on what days. So this kind of gives you an idea of how the class flow is going to go and how it was designed, of when we're taking certain classes at certain times. We're starting with a macro perspective of the industry, and we're starting it and showing you what's going to be happening and as far as the product types and different specialties. And then we're going to narrow it way down into the micro level. And so you're going to find that a lot of the key components of this class are built upon each other, and they're designed that way. So if you miss one, try to stay on top of it so that it doesn't mess up what you're moving on to the next week. So these are the Tuesday deal meetings. Again, we talked about this already, though. This is just real-time market intel. Keep in mind this is confidential information. You're not allowed to share it outside of the Tuesday deal meetings. This is for your benefit and ability to retain key terms and get a better understanding of what's happening in the market. So these are a few of the instructors. We're really excited this year because we have an incredible lineup of instructors. So I'm not going to name them all because we actually have 3 slides of instructors this year. But it's an incredible group of people. You can go to the next one too. And they are all experts. And I don't use that term lightly, right? These are people who know a lot about what they do, and they're going to be sharing their knowledge with all of you. And we are so excited because these are not just these aren't teachers that do it, as a profession. They do their craft as a profession and then teach on the side, if that makes sense. So we're super excited that you guys can enjoy them. And then these are the mentors. On the cards that you received with your name, inside the cards, you have been matched with a mentor. And inside there, you're going to learn who they are and what they do a little bit. It is your responsibility as students to reach out to your mentors, not the mentor's responsibility. So take the time to reach out to them. We will get you all their contact information this week. You're going to do your best to find out a little bit about them before you meet with them. The goal is that you meet with them in person at least one time if possible. And then they're going to be giving you some recommendations and some tips based on where you want to go in your career. And then introducing you to a few people and also recommending a book. The next one. All right. So a couple of things to keep in mind, but before we do that, I just want to thank all the mentors that have agreed to do this. This is a huge time commitment for them. They are all volunteers. In fact, all the instructors are volunteers. This whole program is designed by volunteers. So thank you for everyone that's participating and donating your time. It's a big deal. And a lot of these people that you see on the mentors and on the instructors, what's really exciting for me is several of them were my personal mentors, and now to see them work with you guys is quite an honor. And this group of people are the ones who really formed the city we see around us. So. All right, best practices, don't procrastinate. So you're going to notice something that's in the classes when you're going through them. Some of them are going to be really, really fast, and you're going to be able to finish them in like 10 minutes. That's great, but don't assume the other 20 modules are that way. Some of them might take an hour and a half or longer. So being able to pace yourself and make sure that you're not falling behind on those modules is a really important part of the program. The second one is ask questions. You're going to get out of this program whatever you put into it. So if you don't know a term, don't be embarrassed, speak up. If something doesn't make sense or you don't understand something, speak up. It is a wonderful opportunity for you to learn in this environment than to be in front of a client and not be able to articulate something later. So we really want to make sure you guys feel comfortable to ask and say you don't know. The other is network, right? Spend time getting to know each other. You all in this room were selected because we believe you are the next generation of commercial real estate professionals. We believe that you are going to have an impact on our industry here in town, and we want to invest into you all, but we also wanted you all to get to know each other. These are your future coworkers. These are your future business partners. These are your future developer clients, whoever it is. We want you guys to get to know each other. It's a really important part. All right, so quick note for childcare. There's a few of you in the room. We wanted to make sure this program was open to everyone in person. And one of the components of it that we noticed in past years is that it was really hard for parents to come in person. They had to join us remotely, and they missed out on an important part of the networking aspect of it. So this year we do have childcare on site in our office in the childcare room. And so if you need that, please let us know at least a week in advance so we can make sure to line that up. And we will try to line it up on an as-needed basis. So. All right, so just a little bit of background. I'm going to give you a little bit of background on me, and then Chad and then Alex will join us, and they're going to give a little background on themselves as well. I've been in the industry almost 20 years. I started when I was 18 working for a family office here in San Antonio, and I started in an administrative position, moved into property management, leasing, and then eventually went and worked at investment sales where I met Chad Kennedy, who became my mentor, and we worked together for about 5 years before starting Foresight. So that's a little bit about me, and then I'm going to give Chad the floor so that Chad can introduce himself. So Chad and I run Foresight together.
Yeah, so first of all, you guys look great. I want to appreciate everybody dressing real nicely. I apologize.
Sure.
I didn't wear a jacket today. I thought I was going to be outside for a few hours. We have a mic? We've had a mic this whole time?
You need to be in front of the camera.
Can you get... Does the mic work? Anyway, we have a mic. Sorry. Speaking of that, we've done this class in the past in this room. We haven't had this many people, and so we're not used to having to project. We'll have a microphone, moving forward for this, so you guys can hear us a little bit better after that. Sorry about that. What I was saying about the dress code, there's no dress code for this. Everybody looks fantastic. Thank you for dressing up. It's summer in Texas. You guys don't have to wear jackets, the rest of the time if you don't want. You look really good. I would have today. I apologize. I thought I was going to be outside. You didn't invite me up to say that. A little bit about my background. I was at investment sales for a national firm, Marcus & Millichap. In fact, there's probably 4 or 5 of us in the room that all got their start with that firm. Did for 15 years, wide variety, just did investment sales, focused mostly on retail properties, single tenant and multi-tenants out there. After I got into about the 10th year, I realized how limiting that was, being in that specialization. And so I wanted to broaden that, because at that point in time, you start to realize what you've learned and you want to put it into practice for your own account, right? And so having the versatility of a full service brokerage was really appealing. That's when Bethany and I decided to start this. Ever since then, it's been great. We had at the time gone up. I had kind of taken that career about as far as I wanted to go. We were at my investment sales business at that former firm was nationwide. We closed transactions in 17 states, 150 or 175 transactions out there. But I wanted to do a little bit more on that. So a full service brokerage gave us the data, the background, the foundation, most importantly, the local intel to be able to do the other aspects of it, which was fun and exciting. I think a lot of you guys are interested into as well, which is syndication and development. So that's been taking a little bit of our time. I really enjoyed that aspect of it. Love to tell any of you about that more if you'd like down the road. I feel a little weird because I know some of the people in this room are much more experienced and much more knowledgeable in all those subjects, whereas I think that you guys should feel honored to be a part of this just because of the mentorship and instructors that we have involved in this. So it's really exciting to do it. I have been in the business almost 20 years. I still learn every year that's out there. I think it's great that y'all are coming into this. This is a launch opportunity, a launch program for you to get into the benefit. As Bethany said, you're going to get out of it what you put into it. So if you're actually trying to learn as opposed to just putting something on your resume that said, I went through this training program in 2022, it's going to be a lot more beneficial to you. Lean on your mentor, lean on the other people in your class, lean on the instructors. It'll develop habits for learning that are going to pay off 10, 15, 20 years down the road when you still realize how much you don't know and you want to continue to learn it.
Cool.
Anything else?
Nope, that's it. Alex. And this is for those that are joining us remotely. That's why we have the... So quite a few of you guys are in person, which is really exciting. But in past years, this was done mostly virtual, and last year we had maybe 6 people in person. So this is really fun to have such a big group of people here in person. But we do have some that are joining us and logging in remotely from other states, so the microphone is for them to be able to reach that.
Hey guys, I'm Alex. I've met most of you already, and for those I'm just meeting today, welcome. I'm so excited to get this program started. Oh, she can't hear me. I'm going to stand by you. My buddy Bethany. And to you guys joining remotely, hello. Like I said, super excited to get this started. I'm going to be coordinating the program this year, so when you guys have questions, any logistics, if you have trouble logging anything at all, come to me first and I'm going to get it fixed for you. We will be meeting in here on Mondays and Thursdays and having really great speakers. I'm super excited for that lineup. I started with Foresight at the beginning of 2019, and I joined as an investment sales agent, and I've been with them ever since. Learned a whole lot. Like I was telling some people in here before, your first year, you are just absorbing and learning everything. And like Bethany said, all of those, the jargon and the words you don't understand, and the words that have 3 or 4 different meanings, right? And so I want to encourage you, ask questions, because the answer that you get isn't going to be what you expect. Even if you think you know what a word means, other perspectives and stories all come into it, so we can give you a wider view of some of these terms. So I really encourage you guys to get involved, do some research, join us on our Tuesday deal meetings. Those will all be remote, so you can call in and listen to us. We'll go through the deals we're working on and some of the market intel, what's going on in San Antonio and in the political sphere that's all influencing commercial real estate. I will be looking over your assignments and everything and trying to keep you guys on track. If you feel like you're falling behind, let me know right away and we're going to work something out. I don't want you guys to fall behind and feel like you can't catch up, okay? Anything else?
No, I think that's it. One thing, too, that's important to know is when it comes to this program, it's really only a couple of years old. And give us some grace, because this is run by volunteers. We all work full-time, and so you're going to notice things in the program that aren't quite up to the standards that we want it to be yet. Every year we work to improve it a little bit, but if you're logging in and you're noticing this doesn't make sense or there's a typo here, please try not to judge us too harshly, because we're trying, and we are volunteers. But the other thing is we just transferred systems from an old system last year into our own website, commercialresources.com, and so the whole layout is a little bit different. And we made that transition about a month ago.
Yeah.
So you're the first group to go through it.
Yeah. So as you're going through, if you do see a typo or something that doesn't make sense, if it looks like it didn't transfer right, send me a screenshot. I want to see it. I'll go in and fix it right away. If there's a question in the quizzes that doesn't make sense, or I'll go through and see if everyone's missing the same question. We'll talk about it, and I'm going to fix it, guys. So, yeah, thank you for your patience, and let me know, and I'll get it taken care of.
And then a shout out for Alex. She is actually the author of the research report that a lot of you have and have been receiving. It's been quoted in the Business Journal. She is the creator of it, and she doesn't get enough recognition for the amount of work that goes into curating that data. That is not something that she is putting together based on information she's downloading offline. She's actually doing that deep research by hand.
Yeah. So that's another thing I kind of wanted to touch on. When I was in college, I did economic research. That was my job. I did very black and white government reports, gave it to legislators, and they used those for decision making. Then I tried to transfer those skills into commercial real estate and realized there's a lot more investor sentiment. We can base a lot of stuff off of what's going on in the economic world, but there's a lag in commercial real estate, and then there's a lot of gray area in the way that people interpret what's going on in the world changes the ways that they make decisions, and the way that they make decisions influences the economy. And so it all ties hand in hand, and I learned there's a lot of on the ground talking to people. It's not so much you can go online and download reports and figure out what's going on. That data will help you, but you have to go, it's boots on the ground kind of industry, and you guys got to be ready to call people that you might be uncomfortable talking to, and you have to really put yourself out there. But once you do, it's a lot of benefit to you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
All right, next slide. All right, next. All right, so now I want to give an opportunity for each of our Platinum sponsors to speak real quick. Zara, I don't know if you want to say a couple words real quick. Yeah, they'd be better because the people that are joining us remotely, I want to make sure they benefit from it. Just give us a little bit of background, 5 minutes if that's okay, what you guys do and why you decided to sponsor.
Sure, we're really proud to be a sponsor of this program. Northmark is a national commercial real estate company that does investment sales, financing, and servicing of commercial real estate loans. So we do all product types, office, retail, multifamily.
Be a little louder.
And what we do is essentially help buyers and sellers put together. We don't do any leasing or management. It's purely capital markets driven business. I've been in the business for 16 years now, doing mainly multifamily investment sales, capitalizations. We worked with Chad and Bethany at Marcus and Millichap where we all got our start. But these career paths are very lucrative. It's very life-changing, but it's really what you put into it is what matters. There's the on the books and what you'll learn here on the basics, but make sure that you continue to network yourself. The truth is your network is your net worth. So the more people you know, the more people you get to know, it will improve your odds of unimaginable earnings that are beyond your wildest dreams. So it's a very not only lucrative monetary career path, but also a career path that has a lot of future benefit to you, to your families, etc. So I encourage anybody to do it. I like to see it's a very diverse crowd here. And just remember that you put your pants on the same way as everybody else. Nobody's that much better than you, that much smarter. Just a little bit of good networking and hard work, and you can do it. But we have had some really good success and hired a few candidates from this program that are top ranking, and they move on to go do some very exciting things. So make sure you pay attention, and Bethany will do a fantastic job of mentoring you and Chad as well. So thank you so much.
Thank you. All right, and all right, Matt. You'll have to project really loud because this is for the online group.
Well, welcome everybody here and people online. Chad, you talked about dress code. So when I instruct later this month, I'm wearing shorts and flip-flops. Is that all right? So congratulations. As I understand it, there were more people who applied than are sitting here today.
Quite a few.
So congratulations. And as you know, Bethany and Chad and Alex and Zara talked about, it's put in, you're going to get out what you put in. Why are we participating? No brainer. We love to give back to the community. We love to encourage the next group of commercial real estate professionals. And then when it's a group like Bethany and Alex and Chad and all the folks that work here at Foresight, these guys are top notch. And the fact that they would make this commitment to the community speaks volumes for their character. So we're proud to be associated with this program. Myself, you'll hear more about me in a couple weeks, but I've been in the title business about 25 years. We started the title company at Security Service Title about 6 years ago. Isaac Rodriguez is our AVP of Business Development. I'm going to allow him just to talk a little bit further about our title services. Great.
Thank you, Matt. And congratulations to all of you. Like Matt said, this is a great program. We're really excited to be a part of it. Myself, I'm Isaac Rodriguez. I'm the Assistant Vice President of Business Development for Security Service Federal Credit Union. I've been there 15 years. And one of the things that you'll hear often at Security Service, it's about relationships. Everything we do, I've got a team of 6. Everything we do on our team is about relationships. And those relationships for us this year have translated into $107 million in real estate fundings year to date. We've completed 107 title transactions year to date. And so we're super excited, to be able to talk to you guys and meet you at this stage is huge. We'd love to be able to build a relationship with you. And we're here to be a partner for you. So whether you're working with a different title company, a different lender, and there's something that you have a question about, just feel free to reach out to us directly. We're here to help you whether you're working with us or not. So we appreciate the opportunity, and we look forward to working with you guys.
Thank you. All right. One last word. Thank you, guys. Mm-hmm.
So this doesn't actually do anything.
It does it for the online group.
Okay, want to make sure y'all can hear me because I'm sitting in the back and it is kind of hard to hear. I'm Angela Hines. I'm with GW Mitchell Construction. We're a commercial general contractor building with Chad and Bill. And we've been in business for 101 years, local to San Antonio, although we will build outside of the city. And we have a ground-up group and a tenant finish-out group that we're just, really honored to be able to sponsor because just the next generation of real estate people is really important to us. I mentor people in my office every day, and our 4th generation, Matt Mitchell, he's going to be somebody's lucky mentor in this room. So that's it. I don't have anything else.
Thank you very much. Thank you. All right, so that wraps us up. I think we have one more slide. But I wanted to give you guys a chance to get to know each other. So one of the things that I think is funny is when it comes to networking, they say that's really key. And I want to encourage you, if you feel like you're not a good networker, don't worry about it because I'm probably the worst. Until someone explained to me, and I learned this quote, and I realized, if you spend a little bit of time investing into others and understanding what they need and being able to help them on their next step, it doesn't feel as cringy when it comes to networking. And so I want to encourage you all to get to know each other and how you might be able to help each other in the future. But would love for you guys to get to know each other. This next slide shows a little bit of each of the students and their backgrounds and where they're from. And so welcome to the program. As one of the sponsors mentioned, we had our highest number of applicants of any year. We had well over 50 this year. And we selected you guys, and we expect big things from you. So encourage you guys to get to know each other. The other thing you'll notice in these boxes that each of you got, these are gifts from some of the sponsors as well as Foresight. There's a couple of things in there. You'll start to learn that we do have a little bit of a sense, or we like to think we have a sense of a humor when it comes to the training program as well as the things that we give you guys. So just keep that in mind And welcome. Get to know each other.